Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here. In China news, they just stole Samsung's chip technology. Now, this has been going on for a while, but it's all coming to light now thanks to the South Korean authorities. TechSpot had a good write-up on this, and here's what's going on. Two former Samsung Electronics executives have been arrested on charges of industrial espionage by the South Korean authorities. They are accused of stealing semiconductor technologies from Samsung that are valued at $3.2 billion US, and they allegedly collaborated with Chinese officials to establish a joint venture called something that I'm not even going to even try to pronounce. But this joint venture was spun up in order to build a factory using Samsung's advanced chip manufacturing capabilities. These two executives also recruited South Korean semiconductor experts and then facilitated the leak of proprietary memory technologies to China as well. And so this is essentially the problem that we continue to have, is that as China continues to grow, they continue to steal and rip off intellectual property. And quite frankly, this is a huge issue. Now, if you're looking at this longitudinally, you can see why Samsung would be such a huge target. Aside from the fact they're basically next door to China, they are producing some very interesting tech, especially coming out of Samsung. Foldable phones to hit the market in mass was essentially a Samsung thing, and while others have done it, including Huawei, Samsung was the dominant player in that. Now, all of a sudden, Huawei has a tri-folding phone that came out the same day that Apple just announced their iPhone 16, etc., and it absolutely looks amazing, but it kind of looks like Samsung tech just a little bit. And so we're going to continue to see these problems. And we've seen these problems here in the United States as well. Apple's technology was ripped off by one of their executives that sent it back to China, who then quit and started working for one of Apple's competitors. Railroad technology was essentially exfiltrated by a Chinese national working for a U.S. company. He went back to China and now is working for the Chinese railroad company. Tesla had their self-driving system essentially ripped off. Open source wise, well, it wasn't open though. Well, Musk claims it's open source, but it's not really. So this guy ripped it off another Chinese national working for Tesla, and now he's working for Tesla's largest competitor in China, and on and on and on. And this is a huge problem. We have serious issues with operational security, and one of the things China is very good at doing is exploiting open borders. The United States and many other countries are pretty much open when it comes to immigration, when it comes to freedom of thought, expression, etc., etc. We always welcome immigrants here, or at least historically and traditionally have, minus some periods of time. And so by virtue of that, we are integrating many different people from many different cultures. Well, in that vein, we could have people that are more than willing to spy for the country they came from, or be paid a lot of money to spy for the country that they came from originally. But the other side of it is, and I mentioned this the other day, is the optics of that, because there are many immigrants that come here or other places that really do want to be here, that have no desire to work for China in any which way, shape, or form. And these few, like these Samsung executives from South Korea, tarnish the rest. And so this is a huge issue. Any way you cut it, it's not good. But a rising China is essentially rising in part due to stolen intellectual property, and try suing somebody in Chinese court. They just don't care because the government encourages it. So it's a huge problem. I don't have a solution for you on this, but understand that these things happen, and understand that you're going to start to see Samsung technology in Chinese products, and nothing we can do about it. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please attempt to stay private. Thanks, everybody.